Chris and Rod and Chris, they play games and reminisce. Totally not gay gaming.
All right, one more and then that's it.
Oh.
You want to do one? Let's do one more.
All right. Hey, everybody. Hey.
We're back.
What's up?
We're black.
We're back. We're black, and we're. Oh, what the hell happened?
Nah.
Oh, the little emblem. What's the word?
Oh.
Not emblems.
No, here's the problem,
Embers.
dude. We were talking about gays and people who are against homosexuality.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, dude. People,
Well, I'm glad we're talking about this on Totally Not Gay Gaming because everyone thought we were homophobic.
Yeah. And I get it. I get why they would think that.
What? Bunch of faggots. Whatever.
A bunch of faggots.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
go
we're
ahead,
not.
Chris.
We love gays, man. I think though that it's like that South Park episode where
We love
there's
gays.
been.
I wouldn't say I love gays.
There's been like 20 different meanings to the word fag.
Oh, right,
like,
right.
I don't mean anything against homosexuals when I say the word gay. Like I was using that word to describe things that I thought were lame before I even knew what sexuality was.
For sure.
Like I didn't even have a concept of what.
You know
sex was.
what
So
bothers me about people
it's not
who throw the word homophobic around?
Right.
Is that okay? Here's the thing. It's like it's not a moral issue for me, but I am a heterosexual like being. So for me to be completely embracing of the idea of a guy sticking his dick in a man's asshole, if I'm not allowed to cringe and maybe laugh, fuck you.
Right.
It's like I'm a straight dude.
Right.
I should be allowed
it's
that
just
much.
the opposite of
You know what I
anything
mean?
I've ever felt or known.
Right.
Fine. It doesn't mean I think you're anything of you, but
Right.
I'm gonna have a knee-jerk reaction
exactly.
like
But
two
see,
dudes banging each other on TV or something.
super leftist, like self-righteous assholes are
You're
like,
not even allowed
why
to do
don't
that."
you fucking suck a cock already? I'm like, no, I don't want to. That's gross. But yeah, that's all I'm trying to say.
No,
it's not that I think less of them.
I agree. No,
But
but
yeah.
the thing is that like people who are against homosexuality, whether it be for religious or social reasons or whatever, when you really boil it down, you have to ask them like, well, what is it that you?
Do you like to be on top or the bottom?
What's the right? No, what's the scenario that you wish were reality? And I think you would agree that it would be that there are no gays. There is no homosexuality.
for sure.
That would be an ideal world to you. So, because the only way
Wait.
to
You're saying a homosexual would want that?
to a religious person or
Oh,
someone
right.
like
right.
to them, someone who doesn't like homosexuality.
Okay, I see
you
what you're
really
saying.
technically you want to exterminate
For
it.
sure, that would be the idea.
Right. So because that can never be. You can never propose that. You can never say, let's ship them all off to an island and nuke it.
Right.
That will never happen.
Gay island.
Then,
that's just
then
whatever.
at this point, it's like, dude, just stop fighting it. You're already on the wrong side of history.
Right.
And all you're doing is just making it take longer. It's
Right.
like,
Well, see,
it's
the
like
problem-
segregation.
well, see,
Like, there
no,
were people
you know,
back then that fought segregation.
The problem is, Chris,
and
is
now
that
we look at it like you would never.
It's not that simple because the people who are against homosexuality, oftentimes they think it's a conscious choice. So that's why they're so adamant about, or they think like the devil's in them
you
or
can
something.
cure it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they have
it's-
those Christian camps where
Right.
they try to re-educate them.
But
sure. I mean, that's
so
a
that's-
crazy thought right there. Like that's such a bizarre.
right.
I don't know.
It's
Like I have a
unfortunate.
cousin who's gay, and man, that kid when he would come over when they were like 7 and 8 years old, he would always go and play Barbies with my
Oh my
sisters.
God.
Always.
You know,
he was gay from day one.
There was a kid when I was in first grade who his name was Daniel and he was Daniel the girl, and that's as far as we thought about it because he just hung out with girls and talked like a girl and whatever. And so to me, it's like, hey, you know, it's just kind of built in sometimes,
Right.
you know, from what it looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and
not
all
going
my gay
anywhere.
friends now, they're like, yeah, I've always been gay. It's not like something that I
Right,
decided, and a lot of them actually they had a serious problem with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a crazy thought to like, and I guess that's why a lot of gay people, like I have a couple of gay friends that grew up in this small Arizona Republican Mormon town, and so you can imagine what life was like for them growing up.
Right.
And they do seem very bitter, and like most of their conversations go back to that.
Yeah.
But I can see how you kind of get programmed that way, and like that kind of intolerance kind of messes you up. But
sure.
we're good people. We don't hate gay people.
you know,
we love them.
we let-
It's just, you know what? You got to get on board with it because you can't change it. Why slow it down? In 100 years, they'll look back at, or even in 20 years, they'll look back at that and think, and they'll lump it in with segregation and women's rights and
Right,
slavery as
right.
like, I can't believe we used to do that.
Right.
You know?
That's the.
So just get on board, man.
Just fucking buy your kids.
Right.
Like,
at the same time, like I
Playgirl
get
if
that
they
like
want.
they should never be allowed to force their way into your church and demand that you marry them.
For sure.
But I don't think anyone's really worried.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the
Like,
thing
is that
about
really gonna happen?
The nice thing about the United States is that we're allowed to have private organizations
Right.
and run things exactly the way
Right.
we want to. So for,
Right.
like, that's something that's also really important to protect. I agree completely. Yeah,
For sure.
So,
But that's the thing is that
man,
there really
this is a
isn't-
fucking political
It is, man.
series of
Sometimes,
episodes.
man.
I don't know what it's in the
Sometimes.
air.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
in the air.
It's that meteorite.
It's not all
man.
jokes and fun here, people.
Yeah, man, we talk about
Sometimes-
real issues
Sometimes
that-
we try to like
Life.
fix things.
life issue.
Because we can fix things.
Fix the
Because
world.
knowledge is
man.
power,
You just
man.
gotta collect all the orbs.
Collect every orb
Every orb,
makes
you gotta collect the orbs.
makes you more of a human being.
Oh my gosh.
Completely. With every orb you collect. Here we go.
Dude, and I'm like a crazy human.
You're like
man.
an architect, man.
Whoa. I like that.
What the hell?
I
Oh,
like that. Dude, it's too bad, man. Prometheus had some really awesome ideas, but then Damon Lindelof got hired, and it all went to shit.
Dave Lindelof, is that a...
Damon Lindelof was one of the writers on Lost.
Oh, you told me
and
about
he's like
this
the
guy.
king of like,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, sorry. Can you mind if I rant a little bit
No,
about
go
Lost?
right ahead.
Dude, Lost is like a scam, dude. it's like Lance Armstrong getting to have a career of like bazillions of dollars off of lying and cheating, dude. Lost is like a formula that if you're making a TV show, anybody can do it. You just pose a bunch of crazy questions
Right.
for 5
See,
seasons.
I called
and
that
then
shit.
You never paid it off.
Before I even saw it, I called that shit. I was
Dude.
like, I know what they're doing, so
Right,
fuck
right.
this show. I don't,
See,
I don't want anything to
I
do
was
with
on
this.
board for season 1 and about half of season 2. And then at the end of season 2, I was like, you know what? I see what they're doing here. And you know what? Okay, I'm going to nerd out for a second here. I was obsessed with season 1. And it was, I will still say, that's one of the best seasons of TV, period.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And me and my buddy Rich went to a convention before it got huge. So we went to a Lost convention. And they had, I think Damon Lindelof might have been there actually, but they had a bunch of writers from the show there, and we got to ask some questions. And I got up, and my question was like, I asked like, you guys must have an ending in mind. Did you have an ending in mind
no.
from the start? Like, because this show is clearly going somewhere, you know. And they were like, no, we don't,
I
and
knew
we
it.
didn't,
I
and we
knew it.
don't. And at that moment, I was like, oh man, I
Yep.
have a
Yep.
feeling.
Yep.
And it was true, man. So, like, anybody can come up with a crazy premise. That's
Right,
not the hard
right.
part. The hard part is
It's
paying it
following
off.
through, yeah, for sure.
So they did what was easy for 6 years, and then, oh, what was it? They're all, whatever, dead.
I don't
They're
even
all in
know, because
limbo
I
or
didn't
something.
even,
But whatever, it just makes me hate. And so, going back to Prometheus, you
Right.
get a little bit of a sense of that on Prometheus too. It's
No,
like,
totally.
look at this crazy thought, these ideas, but I'm not going to give you.
We're not
any
actually going to like
answers.
piece it together very
Right,
smartly.
right.
No,
BS, dude.
I walked out of that
Frustrating.
movie like confused because there was moments where I was like, that was fucking
Amazing.
so good,
Yeah.
and the production value was amazing, the art direction was
what?
amazing. Like so many great things about it,
Right.
but Jesus Christ, like I looking, just sitting down and like thinking about what happened, I was like, that was garbage. That was absolute
man.
garbage. What the hell?
It really was. And part of it too, though, I think is for sure the writing, but also, I mean, you could say the first Alien, the premise that, they go investigate this planet and there's an alien ship broken down and something inside it and it comes back onto the ship. And like, you could give that premise to 10 different writers and get 10 different versions ranging from horrible to amazing.
Right, for sure.
So, like, the events that transpired in Prometheus were cool. But
Yeah.
it was like the way it was written and the way it was handled that just felt...
There was still a lot of bullshit that
know.
didn't add up. There was still a lot of stuff that didn't
for
add up.
sure. For sure.
But yeah, no.
It
And
didn't
that
feel
fucking
eerie or like terrifying just to be there. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And that asshole scientist, the guy that pretty boy or whatever, orbs
dude.
falling from
Orbs
the
are
sky,
raining
rewarding
orbs in
me
a
for my
rainbow,
hard
a
work.
rainbow of raining orbs. Yeah.
Yeah, that scientist was
You
an
always have to
asshole.
stop to sing about orbs.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he
I
was,
just didn't,
dude.
I
What
didn't
an
buy. I didn't
awful
buy for a
character.
second that he
Horrible
was like
casting.
that he could get a PhD.
He was like a dude, bro.
There's no. It wasn't.
like,
bro.
dude, you see that totally tubular?
Yeah, he was like,
Those nano
oh man, I
robots
was watching Alien, right? And I figured I connected the dots that
Oh,
maybe
dude.
this ancient
Dude,
drawing
these
is
ancient civilizations,
related to
man, they're
this
crazy, man.
sweet movie that Ridley Scott did. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah, bro, I'm all about ancient civilizations and shit, man. Oh, we beat the level.
Hey,
we
how
did
about
it,
that?
man.
Good on us.
That's a crazy level. I've never seen such a two-dimensional platforming level.
The Latin on this game
Dude,
is revolutionary.
It's a good time to end it, man.
as far as I'm concerned.
On beating this level. We're so cool.
More
Yeah,
coolness
man,
and badassery
And we'll keep it light maybe next time.
on the
We
next
got a little crazy.
episode of
Totally not gay gaming.